We send them all against Earth to destroy it. We shall conquer the entire universe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Week 6 of the Overwatch All-Star Trials, presented by Star eSports. I am Sci-Fight. This is my first time going to be casting this particular tourney. Normally, I cast the All-Star Brawl, but I'm going to be joined by my co-host, as usual, Noonie.
Hello, hello.
How's it going, man? How are you doing?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Going pretty good for myself as well. Got a pretty good match today. It's going to be Peppermint Twist versus Prospect 3000. Got some pretty good teams in play. And speaking of Prospect 3000, we got their Flex DPS, their flexible captain, manager, and coach, SB DPS, with us for an in-game interview. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted you to kind of take us through this interview as if we were new people to this particular tournament. I know it's week 6 for you guys already, but this is myself and Noonie's first time we're going to be casting this. So just wanted some background info. What is this particular trials tournament for you guys?
We're kind of just doing this for like experience. So yeah, we're hoping to score probably in the upper half of the tournament, and hopefully, and just get some good games in.
What are you guys playing for, just particularly?
You mean like? Wait, what do you mean like playing for?
As in, like, if someone is new and watching this tournament, are you guys just playing for specifically experience, or?
It's just a tournament where we play through 10 weeks, and then we get points every time we win a map. So all wins would be 15, and you get a 3 points basically per win, and yeah.
Yep. So that's the way that the tournament goes, which is it's a 4-map series. A map win is 3 points. A map tie is going to be 1 point for each team. A map loss is 0 points, so you're not subtracting any points. And then, of course, a match win is going to be 3 more points. So if you 4-0, you get the 12 plus the 3, which is 15. If you forfeit a match, you do lose 2 points, however. So you got to make sure that you show up on time. Those are the rules that were coming into the particular trials tournament. I'm honestly super excited for you guys because this is a new type of tournament, and I've never heard of these teams. I'm actually really excited. Can you tell me a little bit about your team and like what kind of strengths and weaknesses you might have?
Sure. We kind of practice about. We practice 3 times a week. Usually we have scrims or comp days. We often play comp. And I'd say our weakness is probably mostly in our shot calling right now. But we do have a pretty good shot or target caller. And we're hoping to improve our comms through the tournament here. So, yeah.
I'm honestly really excited for you specifically, because you're taking on a lot of roles in these teams, in this team particularly. What does it really mean for you to do all of these roles within Prospect 3000?
It's been pretty fun, honestly. I like being their captain, and I like helping them, and like individually and as a team. And I also am happy that I'm here able to play in the tournament with them. So.
How did you guys meet up, and how did you guys create this team?
We're in a Discord together, and I just found them on Reddit. And we just kind of got together. We did some tryouts, and we played with each other, and I found guys that I like. So.
Sick. Was this something that started just like a month or so ago, or how long have you guys been playing?
This team has been going on for nearly a year now.
Wow.
Wow, that's
it's really cool to see teams like that last more than 1 year. To be honest, they're quite rare in the Overwatch scene, right? Because if you don't start to do well, especially at such a high level, your kind of team gets mental boomed, and you want to. Of course, everyone wants to win. You want to be the best. So if something isn't working exactly, people want to jump ship. How do you guys stay on the same team together?
Well, we play comp together, so our SRs are always kind of around our same level, so no one is too far apart from each other. We started actually as mostly bronze, high bronze, and now we've climbed to gold plat area.
You love to see it.
And
that's so cool.
Yeah.
You love to see it, honestly.
Yeah, that is so like wholesome. I'm so glad I got to ask you guys what's going on. Personally, I'm just really excited to see how you guys progress throughout these trials tournaments. Just a heads up for everyone who's out there, these aren't like the highest tier teams around. We have tiers depending on which level of team are playing, but most of these matches are going to be around the either 2300 to 3100 or the 3200 to 3999 SR range. We're not going to be going crazy with the like tier 3 low trials teams that are like destroying everyone and getting through all of Open Division. So honestly, it's just really exciting to see you guys improve week in and week out, and we're seeing that through results. Guys have accrued some numbers. Quite proud. You guys are actually #1 in the standings at the moment. You guys had a week 4, but you guys have been cleaning house throughout every week, huh?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good right now. Yeah, we're just kind of getting better as we go. So yeah, it's been a good experience.
All right. Well, I think let's call it. Well, let's get you into the match. We're going to be starting out our first map on Oasis. But thank you, El Perro, and we'll see you around.
All right, I'll see you later.
Good luck.
Good game.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right, so we're going to be starting.
Asshole.
Yeah, I was actually super happy that I asked how they became a team and really what they're doing in this tournament. For a lot of people that are just coming into this stream link, it is kind of like, what is this about? These aren't like the crazy teams that we've seen all the time. You know, this isn't like phase 1 and redacted that we've seen over and over and over again, week in, week out. So these are some new upcoming teams. A lot of them just trying to learn. And what I really like about it is that they're not like 100% focused on winning. They're focused on like learning and becoming better players, which I think is a mindset that you kind of have to take throughout all of Overwatch. So maybe starting off on Oasis here. Nudie, are you expecting anything from these teams?
Honestly, I want to see what's going to happen. I mean, that's all we can do at this point. Is just see what's going to happen. It's a thing that most casters tell you not to say, but I mean, it's the truth. You just got to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like watching an explosion here. Nothing is really expected. A lot of these players like to try and focus on one particular hero in particular. Peppermint Twist has a lot of players that really specify onto one specific hero. Maybe we'll be seeing some Diva. I think we'll definitely be seeing some Ana play coming from Peppermint Twist, but yeah, I'm just really excited seeing comps come out in just a little moment here. How do you think of Oasis?
I mean, this isn't like your favorite map?
Oh yeah. I was asking you though. What do you think?
What I think about Oasis? Route 66 is better. Mostly, I love Oasis, however, though, for it's just like its capture point kind of gameplay. It's one of my favorite maps just to run a quick game on, because it's just like it's not like 2CP. It's just like go on that point, capture it, play better than your opponent, and you'll win. Easy clap.
I think the like jump platform and the cars as a hazard are easily the coolest things in Overwatch. In Control, and I think that having them both on this same map makes Oasis the coolest map. This is my favorite map, my favorite point as well. So
one of your top 10 coolest maps of all time.
Oh, bro, we gotta
at least
make a YouTube video to find that out.
S tier, dude. Get the Get the really crappy music and just put up a top
I gotta
10.
monetize that video before I start talking about favorite maps. All right, but yeah, seeing some different compositional switch ups. It looks like we will be seeing the dive tanks come out. Mercy's on both sides. It'll be the Lucio coming out from Asenji that really differs from Burjo's Ape here on the Ana, and then it's going to be Sombra Pharah versus this Genji, Hanzo, Shimada Brothers DPS lineup. Pharah doing a lot of work here already.
Yeah, Prospect is already on the right side. It seems like they're trying to hold low ground, but you really can't do that. However, SB is already back on the high ground, trying to fight the Pharah up here. Kevin Bacon trying to pull back with their Pocket Mercy, but it seems like SB's kind of alone up here, so he's going to get dived on by Drake and Bake. They might be able to actually hold this, however. They are really just... Oh, they lost the high ground, however. Then you do have Kevin Bacon in the backline once again, trying to go for the picks. But, ooh, that's not too good for them. It seems like Peppermint Twist is just on point, however. They were playing on top left, going to the point now, and there goes SBR. They're getting 2 picks. Yeah. This might be a turn for them. That's 3!
Wow! SBDBS trying to do a lot of work there on the Hanzo. Delario
might be turning this back for Prospect. Oh, but you get 2 picks from the side of Peppermint. Now you just have to regroup on that. Yeah, oh, that was such a turnaround.
Peppermint Twist going to be able to cap that point. Was a bit of a turnaround. Almost a big team kill coming in from SBDBS. Unfortunately, his healers just weren't there to affect him. We have Cube Zapper on the Genji, almost with the Dragon Blade. The Nana Boost coming from the Ana is going to be super potent as well for that combo. Not a ton of ults on the side of Peppermint Twist. They did use the Primal to get onto that point, so they don't have that for the next fight.
Yeah. Definitely though, but it seems like Prospect has built up a lot. They have 4 right out of the gate here. This is an easy take for them if they can just pop their ults in lines. But ooh, Kevin Bacon getting a 3-man barrage. Gets taken down by SB, but it's a little too late. That's already 4 people down on the side of Prospect. And that's just a regroup. Maybe SB might be able to pull out of here, but it seems like they're gonna just kind of collapse on it. He does get 2 picks, however.
I feel like he gets this buff whenever his whole team is dead. He gets this buff where he like gains 50% attack. Because he just killed like 3 people off the side of Peppermint Twist, but
it's like a D&D spell.
Yeah, he gets like a passive ability. Whenever my whole squad is dead, I'm just gonna try and carry.
Seika's on the top left with Cacti Knight. They might be able to hold that, however. Keeping the high ground away from Peppermint might be your best bet here. There's a lot of ults that can be tossed into the pot here, though, and we see them all popping off. You have Sombra, you have Diva Bomb, and we still have Nano Boost from Ape and Seika, who has their Primal Rage. This could be a game changer right here. Seika does get a pick onto the Lucio. He does get 2 on that. Drake and Bake does take down 8, but that is okay because they do bring back Cube Zapper with a beautiful resurrection. Cube Zapper does get down Kevin Bacon, and it looks like Prospect is going to be able to retake this point.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy the way they took that. They used minimal ults, using just the bomb, the Valkyrie, and the Dragon Strike. The whole thing about this is that now defending this, even though you're defending against a 91% lead, you have the Nano Blade to go for the next fight, and that is almost certainly going to win you a next fight no matter what. You know, the EMP from Drunken Monk isn't up, so you're going to see a fight 1 from Prospect. It's just a matter of how much can they really stall here.
Definitely, we're waiting for this Nano Blade. That looks like it's about to go into action at the moment. He's looking for it. Cube Zapper can't really find the blade here. He does find it out to Kevin Bacon. Going into the backline, getting booped around by both the Primal Rage
being focused
in from Drake and Bake. That is not too good for him. Cube Zapper does go down, but it seems like Prospect has enough people on point to where they get collapsed at this moment. They won't instantly lose it. It looks like SB is going for Drake and Bake, who's very low on the left. But you just have a lot of ultimates that are going to have to be popped at the moment. We do have the Primal Rage coming in from Seika. Ayala popping off the Mercy ult here, and they just... Ooh, but if you lose Ape here, you're down one of your supports. It just makes you a little less weaker. There goes Delea as well. But SB is back up, so he might be able to pull off that little patented, you know, my team's dead, time to pop off move, but he goes down as well to Kevin Bacon.
Losing a lot of people, though. Cube Zapper just the last one on the point, trying to stall it out. They managed to get it almost to 70% before Genji tries to shift out of the way. He gets taken down, though, and yeah, we're going to need to see some touches. Unfortunately, it's just not there, and they lost the fight a little too late in the fight, in the course of the game, and they couldn't retouch.
Yeah, The nano blade that came in from Cube it could have been big, but then you had the primal that came out from Drake and Bake, and it just completely just disarmed him from that. He just couldn't get any picks from it. He just got booped almost into traffic at one point, and it was just a direct counter to that blade. Even though he had the nano and the extra damage, he did find one pick, but he just couldn't find any more because Drake and Bake was just playing bodyguard for the rest of his team.
Yeah, I think he was also just a tiny little bit out of position. And his team were trying to just capitalize on having the point and defending it. He was a little too busy being really offensive, and then unfortunately, the entire team from Peppermint just ended up like taking all of the attention off of him. So. Yeah.
Ren, but we have two different tank tops here. We have a Reinhardt versus a Winston.
Yeah.
This is a little interesting to see.
Yep, it will be Drunken Monk too on the Widow trying to take some
Drake and Bake gets anti trying to go for the dive. Drunken Monk finds the pick, but SB finds the pick once again back at Drunken Monk. And it looks like the supports are kind of getting collapsed on here by Drake and Bake, who's very low but still going for it. SB goes down by SNG. And it looks like they're just going to have to regroup off of that. They do get the point, however, but it doesn't seem like the rest of their team is up, so they're going to have to just go again.
Yeah, Seka's going to take it down there, and yeah, they're going to cap it at 10%. Unfortunately, just didn't get the picks in. The zoning in from Drake and Blake doing a lot of work on that Winston, diving them into that corner, forcing them out of position, and then when your team has all of the space in the world, that Widow gets those headshots, the Pharah gets their shots in, and that's really all you need coming from a Pharah Widow combo.
Definitely, and it's kind of hard to run Junkrat and Hanzo against the Pharah kind of comp here. You do have Drunken Monk, who is also running the Widow to fight the Hanzo. There goes Cacti Knight getting onto Drake and Bake. Very nice. Can they get the res onto that? They do.
Wow, the Mercy kind of unscathed as well.
Yeah, that was really a very sneaky res. SB, however, taking out the Mercy right there. There goes the pin almost all the way downtown. And the hammer down once again, going from left and right. Seika getting actually 2 picks from there. Cube Zapper gets 1 kill with the Martyrdom. You love to see it. And Kevin Bacon just has to pull out of here because the rest of his team is down. Drake and Bake is popping up the Primal Rage Driver, getting Seika off the point.
Oh,
Drake and Bake coming in with a clutch with the Primal Rage and the extra damage. Absolutely.
Drake and Bake, the one that died first.
Yeah, he came back with a vengeance, actually. Yeah. He was like, all right, that's it. I ain't playing around anymore.
Really cool to see how that actually happened. Not a lot of ultimates on either side, just the Dragon Strike and Nano from SBDBS and their Ana. Unfortunately, the Ana damage boost doesn't really do anything for the Dragon Strike anymore. That got patched out. But it will be the Valkyrie and the Barrage coming from Kevin Bacon and Ayala. Oh!
Ooh, SB gets the pick on a Drunken Monk. This is a perfect point to just run in now. You have the Widow down. They can't really resurrect them. And you do have Sin City. She's about to go down out of mech, gets out of mech, and then you have... Ooh, but they lose SB and they lose the Dragon. Kevin Bacon does pop off to the Barrage, but he gets taken down almost immediately as well. The res comes back on him. Q-Zapper getting a pick on the Sin City. And it seems like the Graviton is going to be on the left side, but they just can't find the communication to go all onto that Graviton. And Peppermint's going to be able to take this point as well.
Yeah, they're going to 2-0. Clean up this first map on Oasis, take the first map pretty dominantly. There's a bit of a contest from Prospect there, but we'll be seeing more of them throughout this series. Kevin Bake doing a lot of work here. This was that fantastic Barrage that was thoroughly pocketed from their main support, Ayala.
Ooh, that's you love to see it. Well, it's even pocketed, insane. It seems like Prospect just failed to find a hit scan for the Kevin Bacon Pharah, to be honest. They did have SB on Hanzo, but they had Cube Zapper running a Junkrat, which did find some damage into like short corridors and stuff like that. But I feel like if they had a McCree or something like a 76, they would have been able to take out that Pharah problem much easier.
Yep, I definitely agree. And we will be seeing more of Prospect 3000, though. Hopefully they can fix some of what they are working on here. They just needed, yeah, I definitely feel you. They just needed like a dedicated Pharah killer, especially because the Pharah was playing very aggressive and very low to the ground. Definitely could have been the case that they just needed someone to take them out. they were also playing, Ryan Zarya on that second map, and they weren't really taking a lot of space, which is a really big deal because when you're playing Ryan Zarya, you're kind of demanding that space as that combo. You're very strong melee. You have the charge so that someone who is straight ahead of you can just clean up. You can just take them out with the Reinhardt. You have the bubble for damage negation, so that any burst damage coming your way, you're going to be able to do a lot with it. But just unfortunate that they weren't able to take as much space as they wanted. They weren't able to enable their DPS. We will be seeing some change-ups though for map 2 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. When you have that kind of Ryan Zarya comp, you really need to get space in, especially if you're against a dive comp like the Winston Diva. It just seems like they just allowed Drake and Bake and Sin City. They both were able just to collapse onto their support heroes and just take them out almost immediately without any hesitation, because their tanks were kind of playing a little bit back whenever they got dived on. What they really needed to do was just get that bubble onto the Rhine, charge on the point, and just play directly on there. Maybe move out of the left side room, go straight down middle. I think that would have worked out a lot better for Prospect.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what they can do. We saw Cube Zapper on multiple heroes playing the Junkrat
flex kind of role, yeah.
Playing really flexible. SBDBS is kind of in that same role too.
Yeah, definitely. Their Hanzo is really just popping off.
Kind of like they're both flex DPSs, which, to be honest, if you're Peppermint Twist, you're looking at that, you're going, I'm really happy because they don't have a hit scan. They have 2 flex DPS players, so maybe we'll be seeing more of the Widow coming up from Prospect 3000 there.
True. Or the McCree, which would be a welcome addition.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're gonna be starting at map 2. Gonna be Temple of Anubis, the dreaded 2 CP map. Man, I know a lot of people aren't too high in stocks with this map, but I'm totally okay with it, to be honest, especially with the 2 CP changes happening.
Honestly, who likes Temple of Anubis? It's just a map you play, to be honest. I mean, that's my opinion. In my opinion, it's right, Okay, well.
That's the sandy aesthetic.
I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. What do you mean?
It's a Pokemon quote that I wasn't expecting.
It's not a Pokemon quote. That's from Star Wars, dude. Come on.
Really? That was a Pokemon quote as well. Pretty sure they quoted it in Pokemon.
Ooh, I like this kind of comp. I like it.
Did you see the change that they made already? They have upset Spaghetti on the Widow.
Yeah, they were
Prospect.
Yeah, and you even have this kind of bunker comp coming in from Peppermint Twist, which is I want to see how this works. Because Temple Anubis has a lot of good bunker potential. It's just such a close ranged map that you can run a Bastion Torbjorn without any problems. The only problem that there is maybe a lack of communication between your Bastion and Torbjorn and where they place their turrets. But other than that, you'll be fine.
Yep,
I honestly want to see this.
A lot of Gatling potential, a lot of turrets.
Ooh! Caddy Knight already going for the defense matrix onto the Bastion, trying to dive on him, but they do have the Baptiste, which just negates any damage that goes onto him. Kevin Bacon finding the pick on there. SNG getting one onto Upset Spaghetti. They lose their Widowmaker. Seika goes down as well. Drake and Bake going in, trying to go after the Genji, who's just trying to run away at the moment. And they're going to reset up just like that.
Yeah, that was just incredibly unfortunate. The dive coming in. The Baptiste Immortality Field just stayed alive for a bit too long. And Drunken Mug going to get a ton of damage. SNG going to get a lot of ult charge as well.
Here they go in.
Coming to this fight kind of half dead already. Oh no.
Ooh, honestly, the Baptiste on the side, SNG getting these just immortality shields are just protecting this entire hold. They bring back the Bastion once more, get him back with the Resurrection, and SB is just going to kind of struggle here, trying to hide away behind this pillar, but they find him and they take him out. Kevin Bacon is getting 2 picks.
I'm actually okay with that trade because they're making these fights super quick. There are a lot of ults on the side of Peppermint Twist, but you do have the Genji coming in from SBDPS.
And the Primal Rage.
The Valkyrie. Yeah, the Primal Rage is going to do a lot of zoning as well. And the Valkyrie is going to be able to damage boost the Genji as well. I actually think they have a pretty big shot in this comp. What they really need to do is, before they engage, bait out the Baptiste ultimate. Bait it out. Make sure you get it out of the way, then Blade, and you're going to start to destroy Sekka. Going to be swapping to the Rhine. The Cacti Knight, you're going to be swapping to the Zarya as well. So you're going to be
Ooh, here comes the damage shield. The damage window going in with the Bastion is a nasty combo to see. At least 2 picks from that. Drake and Bake and both just Drunken Monk putting in the damage for that.
They got slapped.
You know, I heard in Korean contenders, they call Baptista's damage shield Cold Noodle for some reason. Absolutely. Noodle. Cold Noodle. No idea why, but I kind of want to call it that over here because I think it just sounds nice, to be honest. A Cold Noodle. It's the weirdest thing, but hey, you know what? We're just going to let Korean contenders do what they want to do.
All right. Well, we're going to be seeing a new tactic. Instead of the right side of the map, they're going to be playing the left side of the map. I think they're going to be rotating around the right side.
Ooh, here comes the teleporter. Misses the mark a bit, though, however. It does go in there, but it gets stuck behind the poster. You hate to see it, but... Ooh, this charge maybe, however, going on to Sin City. She gets out of mech, but she has the bomb ready. Maybe Seika can block this off. He does, but he's onto the lava right there from the Torbjorn. And just all these ults popping off at once, just combining, doing so much damage. It was a very good pin coming in from Seika, but just that Torbjorn lava coming in from Kevin Bacon just completely stopped that push in its tracks.
Yeah, unfortunate. From Prospect 3000, they're going to have to reset. They have the Genji Blade still available. 45 seconds left in the match. They need to make something of this.
Ooh, here comes the beat drop. Here comes the pin once again from Seika onto Sin City. You do have the Blade, you have the Moral coming off as well. Coalescence going off. Here comes the Blade from SB, looking for what he can find, but the damage shield is there, and the hammer down coming in from Seika, taking out Drake and Bake. And Kevin Bacon, the Symmetra right now, however, is going the most damage for the team with that hammer down.
Symmetra doing a lot of damage with the turrets and everything. They're going to be able to get just a couple seconds left to spare, meaning there's going to be 3 minutes added to the time bank that has been nerfed from 4 minutes to 3. So a little bit of a shorter attack on this point B, but at least they'll be able to get some time. The cool thing about this composition, they have the Zarya Graviton Surge and the Symmetra ult coming up very shortly. You'll be able to teleport on the right-hand side as soon as that ult comes out. Here we go.
Teleport on top right. Here comes the wall from the Symmetra. You do have both kind of playing right here. The turrets are going to give them the most damage out of this. Kevin Bacon finds the pick on the upset Spaghetti, however, but it looks like just a lot of damage trading coming off from here. Sin City does get demeched, however, and it looks like Seika is trying to build up that hammer down up to 95, gets frozen, but it looks like Peppermint might be able to hold.
Great res from Ayala to stall things out.
Ooh, here comes the Blade coming from SB once again, finds onto the Immortality Shield, but the hammer down as well from Seika. Ooh, it's not looking too good right now for Peppermint.
Someone's still on point, though. It's going to be Ayala on the horse. He's been stalling this whole time.
The Diva with the bomb might be able to find a pick, but Seika blocks it off, gives more charge up to Cacti. And it looks like they're just going to go stall heroes at the moment. You have Ball on there, but he's not going to last too long. All this charge from the Zarya plus the Symmetra damage. He does find the pick onto Upset Spaghetti.
Someone's still on the point, though. It was the
Mercy. This is the longest stall. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was a really nice stall, but Prospect 3000 going to take that with just a little over a minute and a half left in the time bank. And pretty good attack, all things considering. You know, they had to push on their last available push on point A. Still having time in the bank after the second point is actually pretty successful, I'd say.
Yeah, that is a pretty good amount of time to get on this point. My God, were those some chaotic fights that we just witnessed?
Yeah, it was a bit chaotic. I was hoping that they would use the Graviton Surge a little sooner, just so that they wouldn't be able to stall people off the point. If you kill an entire team all at the same time using a combo like the Nano Blade or the Graviton Surge, you clear them off all at the same time, you basically cap the point completely. Whereas if you stagger kill them, they have time to touch and it delays the match. You always want to kill them all at once, especially when it comes to 2C.
Yeah, you just want to go for a one-hit kind of combo.
That's why Zarya is so good, to be honest. Like, even on these, even on attack, getting that Graviton Surge can be a really good thing for your team, especially in a team without Diva. I know that Cacti Knight was probably looking at Sin City the whole time, just making sure that they weren't able to eat it with the defense matrix. But we will be seeing some swap ups when it comes to comps. It will be the Widow Torb defense coming out from Prospect 3000, and on the offense, maybe we'll be seeing some Symmetra and Sombra.
Yeah, definitely. Widow on this map is very, very controlling. She can just get up to any high ground she wants with her grapple and just find the picks she needs. It looks like they're trying to go
like
for
the shield coming from Seika too. This is what I do as an Orisa player.
Little pocket shield for your Widow.
Well, you don't really need it at the start of the game, so it really is good. Wow,
they're all going the right
already
side.
Being destroyed.
You do have in the background, however, the Sombra, who's just trying to go for any hacks they can, but they get taken down almost immediately by SB. They go for the charge. They go for the complete turnaround on here. They have the point now.
But the turrets. Oh,
the turrets, the immortality shield coming in from both sides. Peppermint goes down at the moment, but if they're able to keep up Drake and Bake, they might be able to find this. They do go for the pin, but he gets slept and antied at the same time. But Kevin Bacon has the damage, but he gets taken down almost immediately. SNG, however, with the immortalities and the healings, just keeping his team up on the Peppermint side.
Oh my god.
And here comes the damage window as well. Sin City getting 2. But both damage shields get thrown in there. There's the Diva Bomb. Can this clean up the rest of the fight? Yes, it can. Sin City gets 2 off of the Diva Bomb. She is popping off.
Yeah. Sin City doing a lot of work there. They're going to be able to cap with a ton of time left in the bank.
5 minutes 40.
Yeah, almost 6 minutes in the bank, and they don't have too much in the way of ults, but neither do Prospect 3000, and this time bank is really kind of mentally tilting for Prospect. They barely cap that with time to spare, and now the opposing team has got a lot of time in the bank. You need to stall this out. You need to use your ultimates wisely.
It seems like Peppermint's going to go to the left side. They do have a lot of charge on here. They have the momentum. Drake and Bake almost has the hammer down. The Earth Shatter coming in. He gets pinned, but there's the Earth Shatter picking up 3 of them down on the ground. The anti comes in, however, but Drake and Bake doesn't care. He's going to go for the most damage he can. Kevin Bacon getting the turrets down, getting upset Spaghetti. Drunken Monk does get the Lara. And it looks like they're going to be able to hold this point very nicely. However, here comes the Junkrat. Gets taken down. The Lucio once again. But the Kevin Bacon's turrets are just doing so much damage. They just can't help but die. Lord Almighty. This might be the win. Drake and Bake is anti. He does go down. Oh, here comes Upset Spaghetti. He might be the hero that they need at this moment. Prospect is just looking for picks, and if they can find it onto the Symmetra, that's the damage gone.
Upset Spaghetti.
They must be upsetty already, because that was just a turnaround for Prospect.
Wow, really well played. SPBPS kind of going ham. Gonna be taken out, though.
Moved, however.
Could be a power play coming from Prospect. No, Prospect not going to be able to do anything about this. Peppermint Twist neither. Not going to be able to do anything. Got a really aggressive Lucio with the Senji in the back line.
Ooh, here comes the ping. Does it find anyone? It does get someone there, but it finds Sin City on the trade back on that. Here comes the beat drop coming in from SNG. And you know what? This might be what they need. Kevin Bacon finds 2 picks. 3. If they can just find this pick on the Rosario. Oh, that's a big bomb! SBD finds a 3-man with the Tracer Bomb, but can it stop Peppermint? It doesn't seem like it can.
No.
That's heartbreaking to see.
Why does he always pop off and then they lose?
He has the rage mode engaged, but yet it just wasn't enough. That was such a huge bomb, however.
That was amazing. Yeah, just really unfortunate from SPTBS. Unfortunately, his perk only allows him to gain damage boost and allows him to pop off only while his team are losing, and you gotta get on those points. It's still okay. It's still winnable for Prospect 3000. They have a minute 37 on the clock. They're going to be able to attack this first. Unfortunately, Peppermint Twist going to get 3.5 minutes.
Time Bake isn't great, but it's still doable on the side of Prospect. SB has shown himself to be a really good DPS in Tracer or anyone else, even on the Widow. So if they can just find something here, if they can find an easy entry pick, I think they'll be able to get this time, maybe even get this push in 30 seconds and just keep the minute for the second push. But that's just the most, proactive thing they can do at the moment.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what more I can do. Sin City, yeah, just really
The
doing
big
a lot with
bomb.
that Diva Bomb first on that attack. Really clutched that out for her team. We're going to be seeing a bit of the same coming from Peppermint Twist.
Almost the same. They ditched the Orisa for a Reinhardt, which
Yeah.
might be even better at this point because you
Yeah,
do have
the
the just the mobility and the pins of the Reinhardt for your Bastion. You don't have to just place one shield and wait a couple of
Really
seconds.
cool. The only thing you don't have is you don't have the halt, and you don't
Yeah.
have that like static shield.
Okay, they go through down here. You do have Hanzo back on SB once again.
Oh,
Ooh, here comes the pin. That is a dirty pin. That might be the entryway for Peppermint, however, to hold this point a little better. Ooh, but there goes Drunken Monk. But Kevin Bacon's picking up the slack, however, with his turret. Even though his big turret Bastion is down, you still have Kevin Bacon trying to find the picks on this team.
Ayala got the rain.
Ooh, Drake and Bacon. Here comes the hammer down. Just find out the Cacti Knight. They might be able to live through this, but the pin goes once again. Drake and Bacon's just doing so much.
Another kill coming in from him. Gonna be able to... Cacti Knight actually takes down a Senji on the Baptiste, meaning that they only have one support for this attack. That could be pretty huge.
Yeah, definitely not having that immortality on this kind of last push might punish Peppermint.
30 seconds. They have a lot of ults on both sides. Gonna start off with the coalescence from Delilah.
They could go for the pin, but he
Delira.
denies it with his own pin, but Drake and Bake goes down as well. Kevin Bacon goes off with the Torb Lava. Finds it on the Seika. That's what you need. Can the res get off? Yes, they can. Alea gets Drake and Bake once up again. The dragon does come in from the Hanzo, however. But you still have a lot of picks coming in here, and here comes Upset Spaghetti, but the Immortality Shield's there to negate a lot of more damage.
Drake and Bake.
Ooh, can he hold this up again? Can Drake and Bake hold this? They have to wait for this beat drop to kind of go away, and then they can do more damage. Kevin Bacon gets taken out by Ape in the background. Drake and Bake comes back. Ooh, the hammer down on the Seika and the Tracer. My God. We love to see it here.
Another hammer
Is
down.
Diva Bomb gonna be huge?
Oh,
Drake and Bake's just on the point by himself. He does have Sin City with the Diva Bomb. They find it onto Delera. This might be winnable, but you just have to find the picks here.
trying to swing array. Seika doing the best with what they can.
SMG
and they're going to be able to
here.
Yeah, they're going to be able to hammer and shotgun their way up to the third point. Going to be able to cap this in overtime, giving them another 30 seconds to try and go for this push. Don't have too much in the way of that push. Pulse comes out from Drunken Monk, not going to be able to do anything. Kevin Bacon on the Soldier, trying to advance with that pick. He might be swapping it up. Looks like we will be seeing another swap coming from Kevin Bacon. Drunken Monk on the McCree, but the team is already there. You gotta
get in there, but Drake and Bake goes for the pin, but gets stuck out there. You did have the Coalescent coming in from Delera, but that's over by the time now. You do have Upset Spaghetti in the background. You have Tracer. This is just... You have these really dive DPS that are just going and collapsing on your team. You really need to find a way to find them. The McCree's a good answer, but this does get taken down by SBD.
Yep. Ooh. Charge comes in.
99 onto that Pulse Bomb. Can it be huge once again? He goes for the hammer down on the Seika's side. The Pulse Bomb does take down Kevin Bacon. The beat drop is engaged. And Drunken Monk does find the pick on the SBD PS. And then you just have to find the picks here, really. I keep saying it, but they really need it at this moment in time. This Diva Bomb might be able to win on that, though. Cacti does go for Drunken Monk. Offset Spaghetti with the Reaper Ult back in the background. Just a lot of trading here of damage. They do find Sin City out of mech. Seika going for the pick on the SNG. And they do manage to get Sin City. The hammer down comes once again. That is huge.
With two. There's only 4 people on the point. They can still try and contest. Maybe this last point. McCree, take him off the point.
Trying his best. He can 1v4. Come on, McCree. We believe in you.
Wow.
What a turnaround for Prospect.
Yeah, they really clutched that out in the overtime. Good plays coming from nearly everyone. I want to give it to SBDPS just for getting that pulse onto Junkrat. Unfortunately, as soon as he did that, the Junkrat laid a trap under him, and he was trapped. The McCree came down from Upset Spaghetti and took him out.
You hate to
I'm
see
sorry,
it.
it was Drunken Monk that took him out. Just headshotted
You
him.
hate to see it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Drunken Monk's answer to SBDPS, that McCree was a little late on the draw, to be honest. Because it seems like he pulled that when they were on second point, when second point was about to like commence. That would have been a
Yeah,
lot more like effective.
yeah, but that was the whole thing. Prospect 3PS 3000. They didn't take any measures. They just ran onto the payload, onto the point, and just completely dominated them. They said, "We don't care if you're switching. We're going to take the point right now." And that positional advantage and not being able to get those DPS out there for the long range attacks and really bit them in the butt there. Coming from Peppermint Twist. Now Peppermint Twist is going to be getting 3.5 minutes to attack this point, and they're going to need to cap 2 1/3 of a point in order to win this map.
Honestly, I can see it coming in from Peppermint. They have shown a lot of strengths here. But definitely, it seemed like Drakenbake was more aggressive to kind of Prospect's kind of fighting style there. So it might be, he might pull that out here as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm really liking the Sombra coming out from Drunken Monk here. Just scouting, but also trying to cap and trying to pressure this point out. Fortunately, it gets taken very low.
Hacked Ignite hacked.
Goes
through the pin. That was absolutely insane. Oh my god, that was straight from downtown. But they do have the immortality, but the immortality goes down by SNG, so they might be able to just collapse on these guys. The Symmetra is what you really have to worry about here, because they have so much damage. They're just pushing everyone away. SP DPS, what are you doing?
Getting the quadra kill.
Oh my god, that's just
Can we
so
get
dirty.
the penta? The Symmetra gets out of the way, gonna be able to hide into that corner. I think one of the DPS spots him. No, he gets away scot-free.
Just runs off. We are in the current patch right now, so Symmetra is such a huge pick at the moment. She just does so much damage. She can dish it down.
Oh, what the hell is that teleport? He failed it.
That's, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Of shame.
It seems like they're both going to run. Both teams are going to run Symmetra now, which is very interesting. I really want to see how much damage. Kevin Bacon does go down, however, so. And looking too good for Peppermint.
Just a bit too late with that stagger. Probably should have died a little sooner. That's going to lead their attack all the way up to 2 minutes. And a really good turret placement coming in from Upset Spaghetti. Going to charge the way for them. They have the Symmetra ult. Kevin Bacon is swapped to the Hanzo. Here we go.
Here comes Valkyrie from Peppermint. And then we just have a lot of trading here. They don't. It seems like Peppermint's really trying to play passive aggressively until the moment they really do want to collapse. They do have Symmetra on the point. There goes Drakenbake already in the backline trying to go for what he can, but he gets collapsed on almost immediately by the rest of Prospect.
Kevin Bacon going to take out that turret. The Drunken Monk is going to get that hack very close to the EMP, and you got to think that's really scary, especially coming from SBDPS. All your abilities being taken out except for your left click. Going to be really, really tough to get through everything, especially if the Sombra eats your ultimate. That big butt shield coming from the Symmetra.
Ooh, man, SBDPS knows how to play the Symmetra.
Wow,
with
these
turrets are coming out
from both things. Turrets on both heroes, actually.
Definitely, the Torb Symmetra comp is a really nasty comp to play against. You really have to adapt. This EMP, however, can win this fight because it's just gonna basically deny all abilities to the rest of the team.
Unfortunately, what you're seeing from Prospect 3000 is six ultimates. Every single player has an ultimate, and all of them are going to be pretty game-changing. We're going to be seeing them very shortly.
Here comes the Sombra hacker. Does get most of them.
Oh, no.
Oh, but not the Torb. The Torb is able to get the goo out already. Kevin Bacon goes down. Sin City does get the immortality shield. Here comes the Diva Bomb. SBDPS gets on SNG. And it's over, man. Prospect is holding this point flawlessly.
Yeah. Welcome to my reality.
Welcome to Symmetra's reality. Prospect 3000 gonna take that map.
What a big comeback coming from them. This has to be a really big mental win for them, not only just in maps, but also in being able to clutch that map out, securing 4 points in that overtime scenario, and then being able to clutch out 3 minutes on defense. It says a lot about your team. SBDPS there with the quad kill, almost with the penta. Gonna get stolen by Upset Spaghetti. I'm upset.
I am.
My spaghetti?
No spaghetti for you. Honestly, what Prospect did is what we really were talking about, what they needed to do. They adapt, and they did it flawlessly. See, from the first point, we saw Peppermint come in with the Bastion Torbjorn combo with the Orisa, kind of a really good bunker comp, even with the Bastion. But it seems like Prospect was all like, you know what, on this last point, they're like, you guys want to run bunker? Fine, we'll run it, but we'll run it with what we want to run it. And instead of a Bastion, they swapped it for the Symmetra and the Torbjorn, which absolutely paid off in the end. Because Symmetra now is just a monster to fight against. The damage, just the beam, everything. Even the turrets are just so hard to play against if you just don't adapt. And Peppermint Twist seems like they had some trouble. They tried to run back to Symmetra, but it seems like they just had a bit of trouble trying to fight against SPDPS's Symmetra versus theirs.
Yeah, just SPDPS, we were talking to him before the match, but oh my god, we did not expect him to be that MVP of Map 2. That's for sure.
Speaking of MVP, we do have something on this channel that's called the Twitch MVP of the match. It's where under the screen at the moment, you can vote for which you believe is your MVP of the match from either side, Peppermint or Prospect. So make sure to get those votes in. I know it's only the second map at the moment, so if you want to hold it into the last map, go ahead. But if you've seen someone who popped off, maybe SBDPS, maybe Sin City with the Diva Bombs, she had some huge ones. Go ahead and just vote for him in the bottom.
I'm actually super grateful that we got to cast this match. I wasn't expecting too much of it, but oh my god, this is so close, and it's so competitive. I love casting stuff like this. Yeah, just shout out to Reviews who gave us the opportunity again to cast a match like this. Never expected something like this to be not only entertaining, but also like really competitive and really fun to cast. You don't get a lot of matches like this, even at the tier 3 level.
Absolutely. This is just such a chaotic match between these two teams. Prospect and Peppermint, they've had their passive moments where they didn't want to kind of collide against each other, but it seems that like the end of Anubis, they really just said, screw it. We're going to go aggressive and we're going to go hard. And that's exactly what both teams did. Prospect on the defense just went hard with Symmetra, but Peppermint Twist, you know, they had that really good push, plus that Diva Bomb and Kevin Bacon, who's a really aggressive Reinhardt, who just got these Earth Shatters just out so quickly. That was just insane to see.
I'm honestly just super impressed. Symmetra coming in clean though, really potent, especially on this patch. Symmetra just does a lot in the meta at the moment. There's so many shields out right now. Some people are playing the Sigma Orisa comp, people playing Sigma Rein, and being able to reload off of the shields and take advantage of them, and then get the damage boost off of the shields. It's crazy. It's so good to see, and I'm gonna love to see a bunch of highlights coming from this match. This match is just full of highlights, to be honest. We had the amazing bomb coming in. We had the 3-man pulse that almost won them the map, like right then and there, coming from SBDBS. The 4K on Symmetra. There's been so much good stuff coming from both teams.
Yeah, honestly, some big ultimates from both sides.
And then Drake and Bake on the first map, clutching everything out. That 1v1 against the Zarya, being able to take that point, keep that point, and then they ended up winning that map 2-0.
Yeah, that was the big thing there, was just being able to clutch it out. Yeah, Drake and Bake has proven themselves just to be this big behemoth of a Reinhardt and a Winston. Just so aggressive in their playstyle. I love to see that from Ryans. I don't like Ryans who are just passive, just play back. I love Ryans that get in there with their hammers and just build up those Earth Shatters in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about Reinhardt, and it's really cool because it's kind of fitted into his kit, but it's also the attitude of the hero, which is like, I am a dominant German man that wants to swing and take space and like protect people. Like,
I am a large man with a hammer, and I will show you what my hammer does. That's just all I need from my Reinhardt.
It's so cool. I love that Overwatch can really encompass their heroes, but also like you can totally understand what a hero does, and you don't even need to know their abilities. Like, you totally know what Reinhardt does without even looking at any skill set they might have, right?
That's the absolute beauty of Overwatch. You just know these heroes by their appearances. That's just what's so iconic about them. You see Reinhardt, you see a giant hammer, you're like, that guy, he goes in there and he swings at people.
Yep. So, we're going to be starting off with Dorado here for map number 3, SPDPS on the Widow. We haven't seen this one before. It will be Upset Spaghetti on the defensive Junkrat as well. But on the offense side, we will be seeing a bit of a pirate ship with Kevin Bacon on the Hanzo for some additional damage.
Ooh,
Unfortunately, Drunken Monk gets slept.
The shield's down right now, and that's a big anti. That gets 3 of them, but they pull out of the Immortality Shield for some reason. Your Immortality Shield's on the corner, and they just pull it right out of there. Like, we don't really need that. But it seems like...
With 1 HP.
Prospect, just that's... You love to see it, absolutely.
Oh!
Ooh, that's...
Don't let them res that.
That's a good sleep, but they do get the res on that. Vaseka does get Sin City out of that fight, so they don't have a shield anymore for that. Oh no, is this tower gonna be huge? Yes!
Oh.
That's a 2-piece, both on Drake and Bake and Drunken Monk. That's their Bastion and Roadhog out of that fight.
Junkrat just up in there saying, nobody's touching my spaghetti.
No one's touching cheese.
It's the Junkrat show, and yeah, not a lot of ultimates in play. Short skirmish, gonna be a minute ticking off the clock for Peppermint Twist on this attack. SNG has the ultimate that Baptiste window, what a lot of people call it. I really don't like that.
Baptiste
it's amplification window? Matrix, but
Baptiste window. Honestly, it seems like Prospect just knew what to do there. They had the Junkrat tire just come out of there, and it seems like Peppermint adapted flawlessly right now at the moment. They changed off that Bastion because they realized they couldn't get back on it with it.
Oh. Really big bomb coming in from Upsets. We got being able to take them out. SNG.
Amplification Matrix right there again. That might be able to find a lot of damage here. They do have the nano boost coming in from Seika, so that's huge as well.
The shields, though, and the heals coming in from Bourgeois 8 and the entire side of Prospect 3000 is just so good. They're going to be able to clean this up, take down the Mercy, be able to take down this anti to Winston here. And this is just an extended fight that's really going the way of Prospect 3000. It's really good for them.
Definitely. It seems like Peppermint's trying to run a dive comp into a Widow Junkrat, and it's not really playing well for them. Of course.
There's a lot to be given from the DPS there. You have the Widow that can really hit you from long range, and the Junkrat really messes you up short range. So they have a bit of everything. I like the dive comp. I just think that they need a little bit more work in positioning, and then that diving on the correct target, which would be Bourgeoisie with that Ana. That is the real target that you need to go for. You can't be going for the DPS right now.
Ooh, here comes the damage booster from the Orisa coming in from Seika. SB finds a pick. Delera finds a pick as well. They go for the res in the background from the Mercy on the side of Peppermint.
I'm trying to make this happen.
They do have the
here.
Diva Bomb. They do have the Diva Bomb. That could be the huge game winner here.
Yeah.
Here
Diva
comes
Bomb
the
coming in right through the
sky.
middle.
Finds a pick on SB DPS. Upset Spaghetti, however, does get SNG out of that fight. But here comes the B drop coming in from Delera. Cacti does find one on the Drake and Bake. And you do have the Junkrat tire coming into the point at the moment. Finds a pick on the Kevin Bacon. It seems like those two picks actually secured Prospect into holding this point. They do have the Winston up with the Mercy, but that might not be enough here. They do have enough time to come back on the point. They have 20 seconds, but they really need to find something here. They really need to find a pick onto Prospect. And they might be
really
finding
staggering themselves out. This is the last fight. This isn't the fight before the last fight, and Drake and Big running very low, so low.
Ooh, Upset Spaghetti, the martyrdom with a 2-man. Here comes the Diva Bomb in the sky. Doesn't find a pick, but you do have Kevin Bacon who has the blade ready, but he gets taken down by SBDPS with a headshot. Maybe it's not down and out for Peppermint at the moment. Prospect is losing people by the numbers.
4v4.
You do have Seika who's on their own at the moment. No heals. Has the Fortify on the point right now. They have to push back onto there. They do take down Seika, however. This might be good for Peppermint at the moment. They do have the Primal Rage coming in from Drake. But they have to hold this. They step it off. It's there. But this might be a huge tire. Can it find someone? It does find a layer that finds the Mercy. Jokermut does get, however, Upset Spaghetti. Just a lot of ults getting traded into here. You do have the Nano Boost coming in for 8, but he gets taken down by Drake and Bake. So that's just gone. The extra health plus damage, absolutely gone at the moment.
Cacti trying to do the best with what they can, but unfortunately, Tifa gets demeched. That's going to be the point.
Nice.
From Peppermint Twist there.
Peppermint Twist showing a prime example of don't count me out just yet. Coming back with an aggressive fight.
Yeah, that was pretty good for them. Really chaotic fight. I was expecting them to take a reset, but Drake and Bake just kept going in, and they were able to take it. Drunken Monk goes down in the back.
Ooh,
That's Sombra.
Seiko.
They're going to need that Sombra.
They do. SB DPS trying to find a pick here. They do find a pick on the Kevin Bacon from up again. That Devo Bomb, however, coming in from Sin City once again gets off 4-piece, dude. My God. Sin City, she's showing that she can get some huge bombs coming out of here. That's just going to allow Peppermint to get so much space.
It wasn't even launched. It was just on the,
it was just on the point. It was just on there. They walked into it. Absolutely huge coming in from Sin City.
Yeah, I mean,
look at the amount of space that created for them.
They're going to be able to move this point a lot. Dive Tank's already ready to contest. Winston trying to go in onto Ayala. Ayala getting low.
Ayala goes down. No!
The blade, though.
There's so many ults here. Here comes the bomb. I mean, the Junkrat Tire finds 2. You do have the blade getting Cacti-Nice at the point, but you do have the Nano going on to Seika at the moment, just trying to give him some extra damage and extra bit of leeway to hold that point. SPDPS almost getting dived on, but he just narrowly gets out of the way.
They're going to have to reset this. Yeah, Moira getting it out of the way. Might be chased down here. Got to be healed up by the Mercy from Ayala. Doing really well in this match for her team. And yeah, this will be a reset. They have the EMP to go along with it, but they don't have too much else. And we'll be seeing what they can do with that EMP. Some are already trying to flank on the right-hand side of the map.
They do have the EMP ready. However, there's only 34 seconds left on this point. Here comes the EMP coming in from Drunken Monk. Can they find something here? Can they find something with none of the heroes having abilities at the moment on the side of Prospect? Yes, they do. They find Upset Spaghetti. They do have to sleep on the Sin City, who's just taking a nice little nap on the street at the moment. They do need to wake up, however. They really need this Diva back in the fight. Upset Spaghetti back up, but this takes Sin City before they can even get back in their mech.
Only 10 seconds left. They have to fight this here.
Another Diva Bomb coming in from Cacti-Night. Finds Sin City, who couldn't get back in their mech at the time. You hate to see it. Peppermint's looking a little bit discombobulated here. They're losing people. They have the anti on the Drake and Bake, who's won. Are they going to get out of this fight? Oh my God, Drake and Bake. So. Oh, they almost got out of there, but SPDPS once again popping off. 3 people on this point. The only person holding is Drunken Monk on Sombra, who gets taken down by SPDPS once again. Can they find another pick? That has to be at least a 4-man. Here comes the Diva Bomb from Sin City. But they all move out of the way. They're like, listen, we already remember the last Diva Bomb. We don't need a rerun of what happened last time. SPDPS finding another pick onto the Mercy. But they do take down Upset Spaghetti. This is such a long fight. Ooh, here comes Cacti-Night. The Diva Bomb doesn't find any value, but that's fine. They do have Upset Spaghetti back up again.
Upset Spaghetti doing a lot of work here. They're really just trying to take everyone off the point. Having doing a lot of work trying to stall, but
they untouched the point. Absolutely heartbreaking.
Yep. Little unfortunate coming from them. Don't have too much to work with off the side of Peppermint Twist, but you get what you can. Nearly 2 points. And stuck on that corner is kind of difficult. So
a very far push. Absolutely, it's actually crazy coming in from Peppermint. That was such a turnaround for them, and even getting that far is just a huge accomplishment for them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to work with during that last fight. Ended up capping first in overtime, so yeah, I suppose
they only had about a minute, but just man, Sin City with the Diva Bomb just created so much space on point 2. It was just insane.
That second point was like nutty. That Diva Bomb was like
I didn't even. I saw the bomb. I was like, are they gonna shield that? It's just on the floor right there, and then they just all went down. I was like, well, I guess that answers my question.
That was very interesting to say the least. We will be seeing hopefully some Bastion pirate ship combo coming out from Prospect 3000 here. The Baptiste has been a really big addition to the pirate ship combo, right? Because you give your whole team immortality while you're on the point. You have that additional healing coming from the payload, and then you gain that immortality, and they have to kill that immortality field, or they're going to lose. They're going to get burst down, and provide this extra pad of security that Bastion really needs. I think SPTPS on the May is also a huge deal because you can wall people off and definitely take advantage of people that are trying to get melee on the point, right?
Definitely. Mei has been a big pick in this meta, and if used right, she can absolutely do a massive amount of damage. But look at this hold! What are they? This is insane. Prospect and they're just gonna hold on to the point.
That's good. Goes down.
Oh my god, this is just such a collapse, such a chaotic fight just on the point on first round, dude. They do have Upset Spaghetti back up again, but he goes down. Sega does find a pick on the Drake and Bake and the D-Mech on the Sin City, however, so this could be very easy to turn around for the side of Peppermint.
Yeah, they are going to be able to... Oh! Sega takes down Diva right before she can reback. And yeah, they're going to be able to move this point even without the Bastion. They spent too much resources on that Bastion. Ended up killing him twice even with the Resurrect available, and still lost because of what we were talking about, the Mei.
Here comes the Diva Bomb, finds a pick on SNG. Honestly, that's just... It was really confident of Peppermint just to take that fight onto the point on, like, however, though, just trying to hold on point against them. Because they knew that pirate ship was coming, but the pirate ship is here, and it looks like it isn't leaving once again.
That pirate ship is not going anywhere. Already touching first with 5 minutes to spare. Ayala not going to be getting out of the way of that Mei right click there. 5 minutes to be able to touch the near corner of the second point. It's a lot of time to work with, especially if your Bastion has a lot of resources coming up to this.
That D-Mech grabber.
But, oh no, yeah, Cacti Knight could be really big.
You do have Sin City, who has the Diva Bomb plus the Sombra hack. This could be a very huge ult. Almost everyone on Peppermint has their ults. Actually, yeah, everyone on Peppermint has their ults. Meanwhile, oh, here it comes! Boom, baby, boom! Sin City with another 4K!
Another! And the Nanoblade comes through.
Ooh, and the Nanoblade, you know what? Oh, maybe. Oh, no.
You got a golf clap.
Golf clap. Actually, that might hurt Peppermint in the long run. That was actually such a huge Diva Bomb plus the Stomper hack. But then the Nano Blade came out. That was just... Oh, no.
Too hyphy. You got a little too hyphy.
Maybe they thought the bomb wasn't get that big of a pick, but man, Sin City's just been getting them. I would have trusted them with that Somber hack.
No, she's been doing crazy well with those bombs, and really impressed with the way that she places them. They're very simple placements too, but she absolutely knows that, yeah, you need to get the right placement on them in order to get the most value from them. Drake and Bake going in. Oh.
Ooh, here goes a pick on there. SB DPS is hacked, but they do have the mail for the next fight. They can bring this out because it looks like this fight's about to be over. Peppermint's going down by the numbers. You do have Drake and Bake who's trying to stall Primal Rage, but he's just kind of alone by himself. Upset Spaghetti on the Reaper, however, just fight back on against Drake and Bake. Such aggressive.
They gotta start this fight short-handed, only a couple meters.
Oh, that Waldo! Yep. Just stopping him from getting on the point, and they might be able to get the mail. The Transcendence was a bit late here, so it does freeze the Hamster in the back line. Hammond is frozen. They might be able to pick him off here. They do. They get him out of there. Another Duke Bomb coming from Cacti Knight. Can it be huge? It does find a pick on the Kevin Bacon. Upset Spaghetti finds the pick on the SNG.
Sombra trying to stay on that point.
Just trying to stall SB DPS, getting another 2 picks. And despite Peppermint's best efforts, Prospect takes this map as well.
Wow, just a really big turnaround, even of the series. Coming from that second map, we're going to see that Sin City quad Diva Bomb kill. Now, is this the first one or is it the second? Oh, this is the second one. No, this is the first one.
Ooh, that's just...
SBDPS just takes it out right afterwards.
Just like, oh well.
Oh my god. Please endorse Sin City. There you go.
9 self-destruct kills, 4 self-destructs. Absolutely insane.
Very well played from her. Just didn't need to be fancy with how that bomb went. Didn't need to be super coordinated. Just needed to bomb. Just bomb.
Honestly, the most coordinated bomb there, definitely the Sombra hack. I mean, it was some really good coordination coming from Peppermint Twist, but however, I feel like there was just a misinterpretation of when they should have used that Nano and that Blade. Because that was a completely wasted ult, and I feel like that cost them the repush coming in from Prospect. I feel like if they had the blade and Prospect came back after that Diva bomb, they would have been able to hold that better. But they used it as soon as that bomb went off.
Yeah, it was really big, coming from the side of from the side of both sides. But Peppermint Twist doing with what they can. Unfortunately, Prospect 3000 just with a little bit better teamwork at the end of the day for map 3. Map 4 will be Hollywood, our hybrid map, and will be taking us to what is a very divisive map. Not my favorite map type, to be honest. Hollywood, meh. What do you think?
You don't like Hollywood? I actually love Hollywood, to be honest.
I don't really like it because I don't like that cave in
The
the
cave?
first point. That like you know,
The little side room,
yeah, the high ground room with all the
high
chairs
ground,
and
low
everything,
ground,
the
yeah.
timer.
People really don't like that. I, however, love Hollywood because it's just such a beautiful hybrid map. I think Hollywood's actually just the prime example of what a hybrid map should be.
Here's a hot
very
take.
That's I don't know, man. It's a hot take, but
Here's a hot take. No. Here's a hot take from me.
what's your hot take?
Temple of Anubis is prettier than Hollywood.
Can we ban him from the Discord? I'll solo cast, dude. I'll do color. I'll do play by play. I just don't need someone with that's
No.
such a wrong opinion in my game. I mean, I guess it's just whatever you find aesthetically pleasing, you know. Ooh, we're going for a pause at the moment.
Mid-game pause for the
Mid-game
win.
You think this is gonna be like the one that happened in Overwatch League for Funko?
No.
And then we're gonna be waiting here for another hour.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Cube Zapper's keyboard just exploded. We have to wait about a 40-minute wait.
Please don't do this to me. I can't handle this.
40-minute wait, Pug, you Unco.
Please no. I'm gonna throw my mouse.
Oh, don't do that. That's what Unco did.
Throw my mouse and it will explode.
I love my favorite thing about that whole interaction is someone pulled up a clip from his stream where he ults and then he just tosses his mouse off to the side of his room. And everyone was saying that was the reason that the game got paused because he threw his old mouse and it broke. It was the funniest thing, actually.
No, I don't think it happened that way.
No, I actually what I heard it wasn't actually a mouse problem. Both sides, Chengdu Hunters and them, they had a technical difficulty. None of them could get out of their spawn.
Yeah, I heard that one. Like, guys.
I mean, Overwatch is esports ready at the moment when you can't leave your spawn and you have to restart the entire map. Man, that was just insane.
It's a small indie game, dude. Calm down.
Small indie game, small developers, you can't ask a lot from this kind of.
We're gonna get fined. Stop.
We're gonna get by who?
We're
Who's
never gonna
find
cast
us?
for Overwatch League. You're gonna have to call in your connections to delete this VOD.
My connections.
Yeah, your
Dude.
connections.
Listen, you can't tell people Jeff's my uncle like that.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was
Yeah,
not
dude,
supposed to
that
do
was some secret stuff.
My bad, man.
Man, I wonder. This is why they had the Watch Point post show, because like you need this much filler when someone This is an Unco, dude. This is an Unco.
Why don't we bring on Bren versus you?
Yeah, me and Bren 1v1 each
Call
other
Bren
for
up.
this fight.
Call him up.
Call him up right now. He'll be up here in about 5 minutes.
Yo, can you call Jeff?
No, I can't call Jeff because the game is about to start.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. Because Cube Zapper's back in. The pause is about to unpause, and we're about to get into some prime Overwatch gameplay. Maybe you'll meet Jeff at BlizzCon, man. I don't know.
I hope I can go to BlizzCon.
It's like-
Okay, both teams ready. We're ready. We're gonna
Here we
start.
go. I was getting a
We're
little
gonna
tired of the filler.
20 seconds. So we were talking about how ugly Hollywood is.
No, right. You're wrong. Maybe that's just because I live in California. Maybe that's just I just have a bias 'cause being a Californian, just having Hollywood so close to home.
Is this what Hollywood looks like?
Absolutely, same with the robots and everything, man. It's crazy.
Wait, really?
No, it's more like trashy, but don't tell anyone I said that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. It's just how it is.
Are you going to BlizzCon, by the way? We should meet up.
I'm gonna try.
Me too. I don't plan on going, but like if I get a ticket or if someone pays for my flight, I will go, and it is a possibility.
Possibility, huge possibility.
Also, I might be in LA for in a couple weeks. I gotta let you know details, man. I'm actually being paid to go out there.
Ooh, DM.
All right, so Tech and Seconds, gonna be seeing more of the Bastion bunker. It will be SBDPS on the Symmetra. They've been doing so well at the defensive side.
And that's why I love Hollywood, because there's only two ways you can go. You can either go for the small room on the left or on the right, depending on which way you're looking, or the just the main route. And Symmetra here, plus the Bastion, that's just a dirty combo that you can't wait to see do as much damage as it can. Because look at that. Ooh, but they do have Monk on this Sombra. This could be just disruptive for the entire team comp.
Nah, because you just put the D.Va on the point and then you're good.
SB DPS, however, with the damage again from the Symmetra.
Gonna be able to heal up the D.Va, stay on the point.
They get pulled off. They do get pulled off, however. No halt. Qzapper is gonna position himself there right now.
They're already using the defense, the invulnerability field.
Yeah, they used their immortality from the side of Peppermint a little too early, in my opinion, but they might be able to hold this. The Symmetra turrets go down immediately. That's a lot of damage gone. SPDPS has such a long range on that Symmetra weapon. Look at that, dude. Look at that beam.
Vede basso, yo!
Ooh. They do have the window. They do have the damage booster coming in from Baptiste from both sides. But Symmetra is just off on her own, finding a pick on a Drunken Monk, and just Prospect is able to hold this point without any help. What was that?
Damage coming from the Bastion. It's a machine gun.
Oh, that's a machine gun?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
you hear it?
It was a...
It was like...
Yeah, that's how Bastion sounds. This should make you voice acting.
I've tried. I've tried doing it, okay?
Ooh, it seems like Peppermint, however, has the dragon. This could just disrupt this entire push up on the top. Just hit him with that dragon, take him off into the high ground, take him to the low ground. You do have Drunken Monk who's looking for a hack here. They're playing very, very stealthily at the moment.
Kevin Bacon really isn't in a position to try and attack this, though. They're really trying to go for the long flank.
Is he gonna get? He goes for the health pack.
Yeah, they're not even like near the point.
It seems like he needs to be pushed up more with his team at the moment, but they do have the dragon. Here comes the Bastional coming in from Qzapper plus the wall. Gets the pick onto the Baptiste. And this might be a regroup at the moment.
Yep. Gonna get that res off, so it will be 6v6. Sin City very low though, but they have the EMP. Oh no, that's huge.
Ooh. You only have a minute 30 at the moment, and your Sombra's down, so you can't really push in here, but it looks like Peppermint's still gonna push in even without the Sombra.
A lot of turrets, they're not taking care of the turrets.
They use the damage bongo. Here comes the ball hump from Cacti Knight, getting a two-piece, as well as speed DPS getting Drake and Bait. That seemed a little sloppy coming in from Peppermint.
Yeah, I think they're kind of faltering throughout the series. SBTPS and his crew really doing very well towards the end of this week for this match, and gotta say I'm actually really impressed with how they're handling this. You have Drunken Monk though on that EMP, so they're gonna have to either spread out or go for some burst damage. It seems like they're going for the latter. They're all in this room.
Since you get one for a patented 4-man bomb, that's fine too. That is huge. The Bastion is down with the Baptiste. You do get Sin City right back up, ready for the fight. And now it just seems like both of them just have to find something here. They do have a lot of people down on the side of Prospect. Peppermint does have their Sombra down, and Baptiste is very low, but they do have the Dragon still, plus the damage booster window coming in from Baptiste. There it is. Apocalypse Matrix back up again. Are they going to be able to stall this?
Oh, wow. They're not going to be able to get anyone on point, though.
Bastion drops down. He could have held the high ground, but he gets taken down almost immediately.
Yeah. This is just unfortunate from them. They ended up dying one-on-one, and they're not attacking this point together, and they're not waiting for each other, so unfortunately they're going to be staggered out. Cacti Knight going to be able to remech, though.
It seems like the fault from both sides of the teams is just their you know, the way that they can kind of just regroup. It seems like they both stagger a lot when they're in these kind of last-minute fights.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. That being said, did Kevin overtime.
Bacon.
Really nice.
That was a nice pick. Good headshot. Amplification Matrix, once again, you do have Sombra in the back lane, does get the hack onto someone. Oh no, it was onto SPDPS.
Look at the flank teleport coming out from the Symmetra. I don't think anyone will be able to take it.
Here comes the dragon. They've been holding that for a while. It does find a pick on SPDPS. That's their damage dealer. Cube Zapper finds a pick on a Drunken Monk. And they do res them back forever, so they're right back up, ready to fight again.
What's really good is keeping that Sombra alive allows you to get ultimate so much faster. Drunken Monk already at 90% to that EMP. Gonna be able to hack out the D.Va, take them out of the mech, and that's an EMP right there for the next fight. Ready to go. We'll be able to win a single fight with that.
Are they going to hit that combo once again with the D.Va Bomb EMP? Yes, they are! Is it going to be huge? It finds two. They find the rest on the side of Peppermint, however. My
really
god, the
big win.
The coordination from Drunken Monk and Sin City of those D.Va Bombs are absolutely huge.
Yeah, no one going to be able to contest for the second point. Going to be able to cap that with a minute left, using their ultimate so well. A lot of the team has bad spawns, too. Going to be seeing a 1v1 with Drake and Bake and SPDPS. SPDPS, the Hanzo getting low, taken down by Drunken Monk. There we go. Bomb coming in.
Ooh, here comes the bomb. Can it find it? It does find Drake and Bake. Yeah, but definitely, it seems like Prospect did get caught out in the open there. Kind of just like in a very unfortunate situation with their spawn. They're going to go with all their ults here, though. They're going to go with the barrage. And Seika is just going to go out there once again with the Winston, just zapping everyone, getting SMG down.
Really good defensive hold coming here. Drake and Bake caught out of position as well. Gotta be slept, trying to take a breather out of the way. Will be able to get away? No, being taken down by the micro missiles. And this is a big stagger. A lot of people dying. No one really resetting. He really needs to try and reset on the side of Peppermint here. So
yeah, Drake and Bake's going behind him with the Bullhawk. He tries to find it, but Mercy actually just kind of sneaks around him. Alea just goes behind. He's like, she's like, I'm not having that, man. I'm just gonna head out. You do have the Dragon in coming from Kevin Bacon. You do have the Transcendence coming in from SNG.
Drake and Bacon will be swapping to the Reinhardt here for this attack,
which might be better for them. They do need this kind of shield to fight this Hanzo.
Primal.
Ooh, that pin on the Seika.
Yo, he's down. Look at his face.
He's dead. Oh god, he's down. Drake and Bake coming out here with a Rhine, though. This Rhine is really what he's baddest on, in my opinion, because he just goes out there. He finds a pin almost immediately, and this shield against the Pharah Hanzo is just undeniable. It's just going to be very good for them. The bomb doesn't find a lot of value.
Really nice bubble coming in for Seika to save his team.
Ooh, here comes the Dragon coming in from SPDPS. Kevin Bacon's almost 90-1.
Drake and Bake though with the pin.
Oh no, Drake and Bake. It's stuck out there though. Might has to cost his life for that pin. No, he's gonna be able to pull back with the rest of his team. You do have Kevin Bacon. You do have Drunken Monk. They both have Bob and Dragon. Here comes the barrage from the back line. It does take out two. Cube Zapper kind of sacrificing themselves to get that two-piece, but that is a very good one.
Oh!
Ooh.
Drunken Monk going down. Seika nano boosted, trying to.
This might be it for Peppermint. They do have Bob, but Seika's kind of the only one holding right now with his Pharah. This might be over for Peppermint.
Ayala trying to go for the res. Trying to stay on the point, doing so well, but gonna go down. That will stop the point there.
Ooh, man, that was honestly just such a series of events that I wasn't ready for.
That happened. Those were events, and they took place.
They did take place. Peppermint seemed to have such a strong comeback on the first half, but kind of lost that momentum on the second push here.
Mm-hmm.
They had such a
very crazy game coming out, and we'll see what Prospect 3000 can do. They can win it right here, go 3-1 in the series, and take 12 points. Yeah, what do you think? You think they can take it?
I think Prospect can. They do have a lot of. I've seen how their kind of pushes go. They have a lot of momentum with them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can carry that for them, like say on you know, Anubis, they did have some really good pushes, and even they held the momentum even though they were on defense. How do you even do that, you ask? You just find just this kind of perfect just way to move with a Symmetra plus your Torbjorn, and your tanks are just jumping around everywhere.
Mm.
So
See, the
they can
problem
keep
that I think with defense, especially on 2CP, is if you win that initial fight on point B and you get a lot of ult charge, you don't have to use it all the time, but you need to stagger your ults so that, you know, and basically chain them together so that when, you know, one fight you do 2 ultimates, the other fight you're charging up those 2 ultimates, but you're using another 2, and vice versa. So Bastion gonna be on the defense. Noonie, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a
What was
little
that?
knock at the door. It was a knock at the door.
Yo, are you okay? Are you
Yeah,
being kidnapped?
no, Jeff's here, dude. I told you not to say his name.
Oh no.
You just had to say it, dude. Now it's over. They do have this really defensive Bastion Junkrat combo on the side of Peppermint, which they kind of ran the Bastion's Orisa on
This
Anubis.
was like that on this was like Anubis.
But instead of the Torb, they do have the Junkrat, which I feel on Hollywood, these tight corridors, might be even better than the Torb, in my honest opinion.
Do what they can. The dive comes through on the monkey.
Dive on them. The monkey goes down. Seiko's down at the moment. They do have that immortality shield. Drunken Monk finding 2 pieces on both of Prospect is just tanks.
Knock knock. Knock knock, it's Peppermint Twist!
It's Peppermint Twist just trying to hold this point.
Hold on, Ma! I can't eat the
just-
burrito right now!
Jeff's just...
Gotta wait a little
Thank
bit,
you.
I'm casting!
I'm casting, Jeff, please. Leave me alone. But it's actually insane how well Peppermint's holding this point at the moment.
Yeah, they're holding it really well. They got a bunch of ults too, at the window. Got the Bastion ult, the tank mode. And they have a couple more coming up as well. Not a lot to work with off the side of Prospect 3000, although we have seen them win with less.
Honestly,
all they need
we
is
have
for
seen...
SBDPS to pop off. Maybe just that Dragon Strike is all they need. Zone them out of position using the Dragon Strike and then take down the Bastion as soon as they can.
What they really need to do is bait out this kind of... They need to bait out Baptiste's immortality shield to get this dragon here, and it seems like they do that now. They find the pick onto the Drunken Monk, and that's what they really need to get that Bastion out of the fight. If they don't allow the res on that, they should be fine.
Zabber takes the Mercy down. It's over.
So that's it for them. They can't really hold this. They go for the res back on to SB DPS, however, on Prospect side, so that'll be good. They do have the tire coming in. Can this be huge? Can this find 4 people? Ah. I wish it could.
Take that one.
I wish I could have saw a 4-man tire, but sadly, I couldn't find much on Kevin Bacon's side. They do really at this moment though. Peppermint really needs to find a place to set up because right now they're really discombobulated. They don't have not together. They do. What's Drunken Monk doing? He's hiding in the corner a bit. He doesn't have a shield, so I guess that's kind of what he needs to do here. Let's go tank mode. Maybe he was playing that out, but Cactinite almost denies that immediately.
Oh,
Dragon Blade coming in from the side of Q-Zapper. It is nanoed. It is crazy, but Dragon Bake, man. Have some mercy on the Q-Zapper. Goes for the pin and just takes out that Nano Blade right where it started.
They're still going to push it, though. A lot of people still low. They have the bomb coming up from Cactinite, though. Junkrat getting low to the dive coming in. Gonna be healed up.
Ooh, that's a big pick coming in from Cactinite.
Yeah, that's a tank and support. That's the fight. And big cleanup. Really big bomb coming in from Cactinite, knowing when to bomb. You got that primal. You get the primal rage in the back line and the bomb, and that's all you need to win that fight. Oh.
Ooh, we have a leave, so we're gonna pause.
And ooh.
And whoop. Seems like we have a crash on the side of Peppermint. So
Rage quit.
Was there, man? You can't be so toxic all the time, man.
No, she's been doing really well. Kudos to Ayala, one of the best players on her team. Mercy doing so well and just staying alive. That is the hardest part of playing Mercy, is that you often play with a really big target on your back, but when you play that Mercy and nobody notices you, or everyone notices you, but you get away anyways, that's when it really counts.
Mercy's kind of like a dance to play, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to flawlessly just find a way not to die and just fly around. It's kind of like a beautiful little just, I don't know, it's hard to explain,
moth.
but once, yeah, like a moth, yeah, like Moth OW. But you just have to find a way just to fly around the enemy team, because you are right. You do have a huge target. I mean, whenever I'm playing like Overwatch, and they have a Mercy on the enemy team, who do you think gets called out the most? Who do you think people are like, go kill the Mercy? That's the only hero that they just really focus. But just like a really good Mercy player can just fly around so flawlessly and just effortlessly, just not getting hit by anyone, that when you see it in action, it's just beautiful to see.
It is, and it often goes really unnoticed, but you keep that Mercy alive, and she'll keep that whole team alive and end up winning them the entire game here. Fortunately, hopefully they get back soon. So waiting on a comeback to come through. Should be cool to see how the match goes on from here.
I hope. I don't think they had a lot of Mercy charge, so maybe that won't be too bad. But that disconnect does kind of screw him over, because aside Prospect's Mercy already has it on 90. Delea just is ready to go.
Yep.
Cacti Knight finds a pick on the Drake and Bake. It seems like kind of a trade here. The Dragon does come in, just find some damage. Kevin Bacon does take down SB DPS, however.
Big grab.
This is
But
a
a
huge
nice
grab.
bubble.
A lot of damage getting dropped into there. And this might be a reset on the side of Prospect.
They're going to have to reset here. Drunken Monk doing a lot of work with that Soldier, that Graviton Surge, doing a lot for them, really. Sin City, on that, both the D.Va and the Zarya playing very well.
Delera just... They do have the Valkyrie, but Alea, even though she kind of got disconnected, has built up a pretty good amount of ult just from that.
Yeah.
SPDPS! Oh my god, that was a long shot.
Kind of huge. That is, like, really big. That's, like, 30% of your damage. And it will be rezzed up by Ayala. Gonna be able to get out of there. Kevin Bacon still being focused, though, by SPDPS.
Yeah, he really needs to go down here, because he's 82 to a barrage. It's not going to take that long to rebuild that to a full one, and that's just it for them. They're going to get barrage in the back line, and there's not much you can do, but you do have Q-Zapper, who's 93%, 96 now, to that blade. They might be able to nano blade this on the side of...
Watch out for Kevin Bacon, though. The barrage is incoming. Getting really close.
SPDPS really needs to take this pick onto Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
Ooh, the hammer
huge.
down! Oh my god, Drake and Bake plus the visor? Absolutely huge. That hammer down at least got 4.
Yep. Gonna take that on that entire team. That's what happens sometimes when you have the Winston and your shield isn't up. You're just not able to block things out. Seika gonna swap. Had the Primal. Swap it to the Rhine. Cacti Knight still on the D.Va. And the Nano Blade combo will come through. Peppermint Twist don't have a lot to work with here on this defense. But they get a pick off anyways. Wow.
They do get the Lara off of this fight. Which might cost Prospect. They only have a minute left.
Yeah, they really need to clutch this out, or you're going to tie up this map series here. You really want to be able to win, especially if the enemy team hadn't taken 3 points.
Definitely, you do have a Nano Blade, however, coming from their side, and the D.Va Bomb. And if you take out that Reinhardt with the Nano Blade, it's just basically an easy D.Va Bomb. But you do have Kevin Bacon, who does have that barrage ready. Here comes the blade. Kevin Bacon's getting ready to set up for that barrage. You can see him already in the sky. Cube-Zapper does get a pick on the Sin City, however.
Oh, no.
There's the barrage.
Oh, it's over. Kevin Bacon destroys them with his Baconess, and we might see a touch coming from... We might see touch coming from Prospect 3000. Cacti Knight going to be swapping to the Wrecking Ball. Maybe they can clutch this out. They have the resources. They have Valkyrie too. Gotta watch out for the challenge.
Ooh, the hammer down comes in. Stops them in their tracks, but Wrecking Ball is able to touch the point. There comes the Graviton ever, just holding them all in place. Is there anything they can use here? They do have the Valkyrie up. Seika does find a pick on a Drake and Bake, but Drunken Monk might be able to just do so much damage. They do have the anti onto Sin City, however. Are they gonna get this res? Yes, they are. Cacti Knight's back up. Ooh, but this Tac Visor might be the end of them.
Oh no, it will be.
Ooh, you do have Cacti Knight holding for their dear life.
Yeah.
But it's just not gonna be enough.
And Peppermint Twist gonna tie up this series 2-2. Really well played from both teams, honestly. Ayala gonna be getting that play of the game. I believe with one of the clutchest reses.
There it
That
is.
was a really big one. That was that big shatter and combo, and it all started with the res from Ayala being really clutch for her team, leading them for a match 4 interview. And that'll be tying the series 2-2. They're going to be ending it here because it is a 4-map series. Both teams going to be getting 6 points. But we're going to be interviewing Peppermint Twist. Looks like Sin City wants to join us. Really excited to see what they have to say on the matter. Noni, how did that match go?
Honestly, it was pretty even. There were some times where Prospect seems like they just dominated. Sometimes where Peppermint just dominated in general too. Honestly, very even for both sides.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get an interview with Sin City, getting some crazy bombs. Hello, how we doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing really good. You had some crazy diva bombs on
Absolutely
Dorado.
insane.
Yeah.
How did it go? That first one was kind of nutty too, because we weren't thinking anything of it. You just diva bombed the ground and
Just plopped it on the ground. They just ran into it and kind of just exploded.
what do you think?
I saw the Orisa put down her shield, and I was like, oh, I should have time to do this. And none of them see me. I'm gonna go, and I hesitated, and then I just went for, I was trying to figure out how should I do this, and then I just went for it, and it was like too long because she already had the shield to put it up again, but she wasn't quick enough to shield them all from the bomb.
Yeah.
So I almost missed it.
But she just wasn't fast enough on that draw. And
No.
what was going what kind of communication was it from you and your Sombra just going for those huge Diva / Sombra bombs?
Yeah, that was that second one, right?
Yeah, so Monk, he's actually my duo. We queue almost, I'd say 3 times a week. We just grind. We have duo accounts, Peppermint, and yeah. So we practice that, and we're the 2 longest standing. Well, 2 of the longest standing members of Peppermint Twist. So it's something that we've worked on, and the comms are at this point basically: do you have it? Yep. Ready? Yep. Go.
Yeah, you can definitely see that communication between you two just in full circle when you guys just drop Diva bombs and just destroy all of their abilities and shields. It's beautiful to see.
Thank you.
How do you guys think you played?
Well, this was our first time being a real team, to be honest. We've been having a bit of issues with people being able to make it, and we've been having to get ringers in week after week after week. And so yesterday we had a practice. Well, yeah, and we were like, this is what we're gonna do. These are the maps we have, and blah, 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 blah. And so I think after Temple of Anubis, our plan did not go as it was supposed to, and we all got in our heads a little. And so we started not playing our own game. And I just gave a motivational speech right before Hollywood, and I was like, we have to play our game. We practiced this. We know what to do. Just execute. And then we did.
Yeah, definitely. You could see the kind of the turnaround from Anubis versus Hollywood, where you guys were just so aggressive onto the second push. It was just insane to see, and especially against the Torbjorn Symmetra, I can feel how that would just kind of demotivate your team.
Yeah. And so it was just kind of bringing them back around, hey, this is one of the things that we do on this team is we stay positive. So let's do that and remember that we're a family and we got to just keep.
PMA, that's
so I don't know.
So wholesome. I love it.
Follow my...
How did you guys start?
So I was on an all-girl team for a little while, and I did not like the politics of it having to be all-girl because I felt like there are guys out there that can subscribe to the same ideals that were not getting fair opportunities to be on our team, whether it be in a coaching position or a position on the team, even an alternate position. and I was like, I need to find an outlet. So I joined a second team, and that's where I met Monk. And I was actually a DPS on that team, and Monk was a healer.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Kind of a swap of roles, huh?
a little bit. And that team, again, like the politics there just weren't great either. Like they just did not have the like PMA that I was used to from being on an all-girl team. And so I left, and then shortly after Monk left, and we were like, you know, I still really like playing with you. Let's get a team together. And so that's how we came up with Peppermint Twist. The original idea was I was going to stay on the all-girl team, which was named Licorice Whip. And so Peppermint Twist, it kind of went in hand. And so we were supposed to be like sister teams. But yeah, it didn't happen. I wasn't able to stay on the all-girl team, and we still have our super cool name and super cool logo.
Yeah, it is
Definitely.
pretty awesome. It is really awesome.
Very
Thank you. I
tasty. A
designed
very
it.
tasty logo, honestly.
I'm the graphic designer behind that, so yes.
Peppermint
I
not
like it too.
being, even peppermint not being my favorite kind of like candy, I still like it, you know?
Thank
Same.
you.
For sure. So, I mean, you guys have done all right in the All-Star Trials, but I asked this to Prospect 3000 coming into the match. What are you guys trying to get out of this? What are your goals for the future? Are you guys hoping to rank up? Are you guys hoping to take this more seriously? Or are you guys just friends trying to have fun?
Oh man. So I actually just put out a survey to the team, and I haven't given them the results yet. So if they're watching this, they'll get those results right now. The goal of this is that we all grow together. We eventually want to do open division. That's been a plan since the beginning. Obviously this year we won't be a contender in open division, but we're hoping that maybe if we stay together as a team and we keep working together, then maybe next year we can be, and we can like get that much better and be a contender in open division next year.
That's a pretty good goal to have, and I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too unrealistic. Noni, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think just like how you guys played was absolutely phenomenal from both sides. Actually, both teams seemed like a very even kind of thing.
It was really fun.
It seems like you guys, both teams have actually kind of the same kind of goals. It's just to learn together and get better as a team. So I really like that from like both Prospect and Pepper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for coming on and putting together such an entertaining match. This was we've been casting the All-Star Brawl for a very long time, Nuni and I, but this is our first match casting the All-Star Trials, and you guys made it so fun to watch and cast, so thank you. I wanted to give you some time just to do shout-outs before we end everything.
Of course, I want to give shout-outs to my wonderful team that comes together week after week and stays positive in practice and kind of lets me run the practices the way that I do. I want to thank our coaches that are constantly doing VOD reviews for us, and like all of the fans that came in to watch this stream as it happened.
All right, well, I think that does it. Thank you so much for coming on, Sin. You
And
had
we do
some
need
crazy
to-
diva bombs that I hopefully will be highlighting later on. Thank you also, shout out to Refuse for giving us this spot to cast last minute. It was super fun and entertaining, and I love doing these casts. And everyone have a good night.
We also
Noni?
do need to we'll call out our MVP of the match.
Yep. Let's
What is
get
this,
your MVP in.
Is Borgalis Ape? I hope I said that right. I think I butchered it completely.
I think it's Bourgeois Ape.
Bourgeois Ape, huh?
Yeah, it's Bourgeois.
Bourgeois.
Bourgeois Ape.
Bourgeois
Bourgeois
Ape
Ape. Yeah.
is our Twitch MVP. Congratulations to them. Sorry for butchering your name, but you know that's how it be.
It's all right. All right, so we're going to take it out of here. Everyone, thank you guys for stopping in. Oh, hope you guys all had a blast. It was a really cool and a really close set, tied 2-2. Both teams getting 6 points for the week. Yeah, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you guys next week with a bunch more All-Star Trials. A lot more content coming, so keep on stopping by. Thank you.
Bye bye.